I'm currently on the phone with Sidney Sletten. He's another musician that reached out about the current interview session. So I'm going to go ahead and give him the chance to introduce himself.
Good afternoon, good morning, or good wherever you're at out there. I'm Sidney Sletten. I've been a musician for years and years and years. Been writing music, performing music, entertaining music. I guess my passion is music. Never really been able to make the money in music like I'd like to, but I finished up a financial career, and now what I'm doing is concentrating on music and recording music myself. I did have a band for over 30 years where actually we played a lot of big festivals and that type of thing. And I guess I've been just enjoying entertaining and playing music and writing music.
All right. I'm sure we'll definitely get into some of that. However, to start, I always like to kind of dig into kind of the nuts and bolts. Tell me about when you kind of first made a connection to music and decided that you wanted to, pursue it because of a passion.
I guess when I was really young, I guess I really enjoyed music. And I don't know how to say this, but my first instrument that I ever learned on was accordion. And I'm going, accordion? I don't know if I like accordion. And I was really young. And then I went to piano. And I don't know, on piano, I still play keyboards, but I really had trouble with my left hand. But then I thought, well, I'm going to go to guitar. And really, the guitar is what really got to my soul, I guess, as far as playing, because there's so many different things that you can actually do with it. As far as the accents, the different notes, the different, just different progressions and that type of thing. And that's when I really started to know. And that was back in my high school years, of more when I got into the guitar and then actually performing and putting bands together.
Okay. And so during those formative years of learning instruments and stuff like that, was it kind of just your own desire to learn instruments and be able to play music, or did you have like an aspiration to create or join a band kind of thing?
I guess really it was just a matter of just playing music, and as you're starting to learn more about music, then you start to get into that creative zone, and then you start to figure out this entertainment zone. And then you start to figure out actually the writing of songs, and then it's a matter of if people accept them or not. But I mean, it's sort of that passion that just slowly builds, I think, in a person. At least that's what it did with me.
Sure, absolutely. So along those lines, kind of where you were going with that, do you think, once you reached a certain point of being comfortable with playing the instrument was when you started to kind of branch out and look for other people to play with?
Correct. Yeah, 100%. It's just a matter. Oh, I play guitar. What do you play? Somebody might say, "Oh, I play drums," and we had a few garage bands, and where there be just one or two people, and it was just the beginning of things, and then it's a matter of trying to find more people and people with the same interests and that type of thing. I remember years and years and years ago when I first started, one of the guys that I was in school with, he played drums, and our first song, you go way back to Tommy James and the Shondells, was Moni Moni. Well, how many times has that song come back and been number one for some group out there? But it's just the passion of having it, playing it, entertaining people. And it was just a matter of finding people that enjoyed the same type of music and being able to play and perform.
Okay, so tell me about what that pathway looked like for you, going through all the different bands that you were in. You mentioned that you've been in some sort of project for the past 30 years playing music. Tell me what that pathway was for you.
Well, I guess as far as bands and stuff, actually I was only in 3 different bands. And the one band that I did start, and that was back in the 80s. And that was a pathway of finding people with the same interests, same passion, same desire to actually play, entertain, have a good time. And I guess what really went from there is, we went, like I say, for over 30 years, and we still get together and play once in a while for bigger events and stuff. But it's just the passion of actually playing. And during that course of time is when I really, was writing. And we ended up, as far as a group, after I started, we actually did like I think it was two PBS specials. We played at this one festival like 13 years in a row. We had three different CDs out that some were live and then some were original. And then that sort of spurred it kept spurring the passion more and more and more. And I wanted to write more and more. But then, of course, it's a matter of getting everybody on the same page and wanting to be able to actually put out songs that we all wanted to put out and not just a certain genre or something.
Okay, so that kind of brings up what kind of my next question is how did you kind of settle the creative differences between different musicians that you were working with to figure out what it was you were going to create?
I guess as far as back then, it was we all liked all kinds of music. So when we wrote our songs, we actually had a combination of all types of music, which was really sort of cool. One guy was a little more country, one was more a little rock, one was a little almost reggae. So we put a combination of all the tastes on it, I guess, on all the music that we had put out.
Okay, so it was a little bit of everybody's preferences and then sprinkled in with everybody else's kind of nuance.
Right, yeah, it's just a nice big collaboration,
Okay, and so you mentioned with one of your projects, I didn't catch if it was that specific one, but that you had been together for quite a while, and every now and then you get together and play shows. Is that the only project you have going on, or do you kind of, move project to project and then, rekindle the ones that come about every now and then?
Well, no, actually, what happened is some of the guys, they said, I'm getting too old for this, and thing carried on. One of the guys did pass away, which wasn't a good thing. And I guess then what happened is my son was getting older, and he has the same passion as I do. And that is where the passion for music became again heavy for me. And during this time of us playing together, and we've done all kinds of different things too, but as far as it's a lot of different music that we play, and he has the same taste as I do, is all kinds of different music is stuff that we enjoy. And that passion for writing and that passion for recording is where then I just started doing it, on my own. And of course my son was involved, but not as far as actually playing on it. I did the whole recordings, and it was just something sort of fun to do. I mean, because I played all the instruments other than the drums, which were just a backbeat, and all the vocals and everything else. So it was that passion of writing and actually get it, with the new computers and all that kind of stuff and the new DAWs and all that. You can really do a lot of different things, which, and that's where my passion for recording and now releasing some new music again.
Awesome. So that leads perfectly into what the next question is where are you now? What are you working on, and what do you hope to accomplish with it?
Well, I guess what I've done is I have 12 songs that I've actually recorded, and I've got them in the can, you might say. And what I've been doing is just releasing one a month. I'm just trying to get people to listen out there, see if they like it or not, maybe get on some playlists. I guess my wife said, why would you want to keep them in the can? Just release them. People might like them, maybe they'll play them, and stuff. So I guess the thing with me just recording them myself, I didn't have to fight with anybody on what I wanted. if you can understand me there. I can definitely write, record, do the songs that I want to, it comes from my heart and soul.
So once those are out, you mentioned that you're doing, consistent releases every month and everything, but do you intend to put like a live band together to play out, or do you kind of just see it as a studio project now?
As of right now, just a studio project, but we've already gotten offers from different festivals to actually come and play. And that's where, I've always been in the entertainment end of it. And that's what I want to do, is to really be able to, take a look at what's there. And I want to make sure that we have a good product that's going out and that we have put on a good show.
Sure, absolutely. All right. So, with the couple decades or so that you've been working in music, playing instruments, and working with other musicians, what are some of the most prominent memories that stand out to you?
I guess, it's just really a matter of being able to replay some of these bigger festivals and be warm up bands for a lot of different people. Um, it's just it's the crowd response. I think that's probably the biggest thing, as far as actually accepting what you're doing. And, it's something that a lot of people have never felt before, is just getting that response back from, you get the energy from the crowd. It's really a weird thing, and I think that's probably some of the biggest stuff. The other thing would be is just recording is just to, I'm an observer. So that's really where a lot of my music comes from. And the first song I released, I got a lot of great responses from, and it's called I Try. And what that is based on is just that I've seen so many people that just really, really struggle. And I know there's a lot of people that feel that way. And that's how this song came about. And, I like the song, but I could do the song myself as far as, with everything in it. It's just, but each song that I'm going to be releasing ties back to the first song, first song that I actually recorded.
Ever or for this collection?
No, for this collection.
Okay, okay. I was going to say that's an
Yeah.
extensive backstory.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, where can people find the stuff that you're putting out and keep up with you?
Well, I guess the easiest spot would be right now is, well, first off, I guess it's on all streaming platforms out there, from Spotify to Amazon. You can ask Alexa, play Sidney Sletten songs, and they'll play the first four that I have out right now. But the easiest spot to find me is Sidney Sletten dot herenow.com. That's where you would find the music.
Awesome, perfect. So, I always like to give the person I'm interviewing the opportunity to put out their last word. So, what's a message that you have that you think other people should hear as well?
Well, I think the one message is that it doesn't matter how young you are, how old you are. If you have a passion out there, really follow your passion. I'm sort of choking up a little bit here because music is my passion. I know people have other passions out there other than music, but don't let the glass ceiling hold you down. Don't let people hold you down. Do your thing and move forward, and think positive on everything. There's a lot of good, positive people out there that can back everybody. So just keep your head going straight and just, follow your passion.